All right, it is New York Jets time. Hopefully I have this up, and I do. Here is the mock draft channel. Please join in, have some fun. We're up to 18,000 members. We just crossed 17,000 not long ago, so we are flying right now, having a good time. Justin Gonzalez, I think he's either had a couple before or has some coming up. He has multiple that we're going to be doing. This is for a $100 giveaway, by the way, which is technically kind of closed. But join the group, because if this ends up being a good thing, then we'll do more stuff like this. But Justin Gonzalez, best of luck to you on your New York Jets mock. I just want to go through the team real quick, as we tend to do. Obviously, when you look at this, offense and defense is just a massive difference, right? I mean, my biggest thing coming into last year was offensive line. Jets fans absolutely just tore me up. I think I was right about that. You're looking at just a horrifically bad offensive line. On top of that, I mean, you got Mekhi Becton as a free agent. Like, are you actually going to pay that guy? I'm guessing you have to, but that sucks. And Billy Turner, who I told you not to sign, but I got yelled at for that because he's so good. He's a free agent. Are you really going to sign that guy? Because he sucks. Connor McGovern, your center. He's a free agent. You signing him? Joe Tippmann going to be your new center, or what are we doing? Wes Schweitzer, he's in the final year of his deal. Laken Tomlinson, it's in the final year of his deal. He's 32 years old. We got to do something with that. I mean, we got to figure out how we're going to keep Rodgers upright, first of all. But long term, I mean, it's just kind of a bad situation. Wide receiver, we got a ton of bodies, but aside from Garrett Wilson, who seemingly didn't have his best year ever, big drop off from last year. Maybe that's the quarterback situation, I don't know, or just the complete massive dysfunction. I don't know. But aside from Garrett Wilson, we don't have a ton of talent, right? Randall Cobb is a free agent. Everybody else is sticking around, seemingly, right? I mean, nobody's contract is running out, and Randall might even come back. I mean, Rodgers wants what Rodgers gets what Rodgers wants, and if he wants him, he's staying. Quarterback is obviously an issue. I mean, we have Rodgers, but we don't know for how long. Zach Wilson, I mean, the team has been trashing the guy for I don't know how long, so I can't imagine he's going to stay. Trevor Siemian and Brett Rypien are both free agents, so that whole room, I mean, we need somebody else in there. Running back looks good. Tight end, we're doing okay. I mean, Tyler Conklin's in the final year of his deal. He's 29 years old, so he'll be 30 next year and a free agent. We got Jeremy Ruckert. We got CJ Uzama. I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel about him. On the defensive side, obviously tons of talent, but we got some issues. We got Solomon Thomas. We got Ifeadi Odenigbo. We got Al Woods, Jalen Holmes, and Bryce Huff, all free agents. So something to consider. We're kind of thinning out maybe a little bit there. At linebacker, I mean, you look at that. That's three guys across the board that are just fantastic. But C.J. Mosley is in the final year of his deal, so he's 32 years old. He's going to be looking for money real soon. Don't know if that's going to be a thing. 31-year-old Sam whatever, he's a free agent, and Jamien Sherwood is in the final year of his deal. He's young, so he'll probably get paid. But we're kind of running out of guys. I mean, we got Quincy Williams at 28 years old is the only one that's locked up for a while, but he's probably in his final contract. He's signed through 2026. Or at least, I don't know if that's a legit contract or how that works, but could be void years. Anyways, at corner, I mean, again, we got some studs here, but we've also got some question marks, right? Sauce Gardner's there. He's one of the best corners in football, but Bryce Hall is a free agent. Justin Hardy, 30-year-old free agent. DJ Reed, 28 years old in the final year of his deal. I mean, I'm assuming you're going to pay him a bunch of money because you got a great duo here. But you're talking about a guy that's a free agent at 29. I mean, I guess you get a couple more years out of him. Michael Carter's got one more year. You're going to have to pay him. So we'll see. We'll see where we're at. And then, kicker on top of that, Greg Zuerlein is a free agent. Punter Thomas Morstead is a free agent. Justin Hardy, Ashton Davis, and Nick Bawden, your top three special teamers. Two of them are free agents, Justin Hardy and Ashton Davis, and Nick Bawden's in the final year of his contract. So lots to consider there for the New York Jets. Let's see what we got here real quick. Too old for this says 65% lives rent-free in my head. I know, I can't stop thinking about that too. And then Bill Ryan says, my brother's a lifelong Jets fan going back to Joe Namath. I'm a cheesehead since 1967. AR will be knocked out again. The O-line is terrible. That's what I'm saying, man. And I got to be honest, I don't want to tip my hand, although you can probably read the names up top. I mean, last year I said the offensive line is garbage. You got to do something. And Jets fans just ripped me up. They tore me up. They hated it. They thought I was the biggest idiot in the world. And then, it's like Becton's getting moved around. They're like, he sucks. What do we do? Like, they didn't know who their starting offensive line was until the end, and then the offensive line was garbage. And then we get into this mock draft, and would you be surprised to find out there are 0 offensive linemen taken? Because that's kind of the situation we're in here. They have Billy Turner on their line. They must be great. Yeah, he's a free agent. I don't know if they're going to let him walk or bring him back. But let's get into this thing here. Let me make sure I got all my picks here. I didn't mess it up this time. At the number 10 pick, by the way, any trades, I don't have the information, but let's just say this is just what it is. With the 10th overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Malik Nabers, wide receiver out of LSU. And yes, good chance he's gone, whatever. It's hard to pass up on a guy like this. Look, I understand the rationale. If Nabers is there at 10, you freaking scream up to the front and you turn in that card and you go get Malik Nabers. You pair him with Wilson and you just got this elite duo for Aaron Rodgers. Like, I'm not going to throw a hissy fit because you didn't get an offensive lineman or anything. I would never be upset about that. The only thing that's going to be upsetting is when Rodgers insists Lazard gets more more snaps. But with the 72nd pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, New York Jets select Jatavion Sanders, tight end out of Texas, 6'4", 243. So again, kind of getting back in here, helping out a little bit with the tight end situation. Again, Conklin and Uzama in the final years of their deal. It leaves us with Jeremy Ruckert as our one long-term option. So we're loading up on some weapons, right? We got wide receivers, we got tight ends. Obviously, we got Hall back here, who's a phenomenal running back. So we're just loading up Aaron Rodgers with talent. The question is he going to be able to get the freaking ball out of his hand before he dies? That is kind of my question. At pick 112, the New York Jets select Ricky Pearsall, wide receiver out of Florida. He's been around for a while. He's 23 years old. Been at Florida the last 2 years. Been very good at Florida. He had 963 yards, 4 touchdowns, almost 15 yards per reception, 77 grade, a 78 receiving grade. 2.23 yards per route run is pretty phenomenal. 6'1", 192, pretty standard, slightly undersized, but pretty standard size. As far as the rationale, I struggle with it a little bit, going for a second wide receiver at this point. And again, as far as the guys we have right now, assuming Lazard Cobb doesn't come back, we have Lazard, we have Xavier Gipson, we have Irvin Charles and Jason Brownlee. And I'm not saying they're good, but we're getting a little bit later in the draft. We got a guy that's just kind of getting lost in the shuffle, and we'll see how he does. I'm trying to be impartial because there's $100 on the line. I'm just trying to give my thoughts at the same time. Look, I mean, we're all in on getting Rodgers weapons, I guess, and making Rodgers happy, and that's the strategy, and I'm hoping it's happening at this point. At the 114th pick, just 2 picks later, New York Jets select Junior Colson, linebacker, Michigan, 6'3", 247. And again, we have good linebackers, but there are some issues there, right? We've got some older guys like C.J. Mosley, 32 years old already, probably starting this year. He wants money, right? It's the final year of his deal, and I don't know if you give it to him. So after this year, we got Quincy Williams, who's playing, and not much else. So we definitely need some bodies in there to maintain this defense. You don't want it to fall apart at the seams. With the 187th pick, the New York Jets select Joe Milton III, quarterback out of Tennessee. Another guy that's getting up in age. He's almost 24 years old, kind of similar to the last Tennessee guy. I don't hate the idea of developing a quarterback behind Aaron Rodgers. First of all, because you got to take advantage of having Rodgers. Second of all, again, Zach Wilson, Trevor Siemian, and Brett Rypien potentially all gone, so you have nobody except Aaron Rodgers. So we got to bring somebody in. Bringing in the 24-year-old to kind of sit for a couple years is a little bit of a tough pill to swallow. But if he's a good enough quarterback that we can develop, he's obviously got the size at 6'5", 235. I didn't hate Joe Milton when I watched him. Didn't love him, but didn't hate him. If you can get him this late at, what pick are we at here? At pick 187. Why not? With the 253rd pick, the New York Jets select Harrison Mevis, kicker out of Missouri. So I Jets fans, you got to let me know, man. Where are we at? Are we feeling jacked about this? Is this kind of in line with what we're wanting? I know we got the Kicker is a free agent. He may not be coming back. Greg Zuerlein, he's obviously very much up in age. How old is Greg Zuerlein? He's 37 years old, so we don't want to pay him again. I completely understand that. I'm just wondering, man, because we've got 2 wide receivers, a linebacker, a backup quarterback, and a kicker, and a tight end. I'm just curious how we're feeling through this point. With the 254th pick, the New York Jets select Jalen Green, edge rusher out of James Madison, the Dukes, 6'1", 245. Grades out fairly well. As you can see, 56 pressures on less than 300 attempts is pretty wild, and 18 sacks. And look how many games he played. 6, 7, 8, 9 games. He had 18 sacks. Does this even add to 18? That doesn't even seem right. That's not that many sacks. That's ridiculous. I mean, he had 5 sacks in one game here against Marshall. I mean, smaller school, I get that. But that's wild, man. So, might have got a steal there. We'll see if it can translate. I don't know how old he is. None of this stuff is working here. But that'll be an exciting piece. You know, is edge our biggest need? Maybe not. I mean, we just got Will McDonald. We got Jermaine Johnson. But can never have too many pass rushers, as the kids say. And then finally, I'm just going to do it. With the 257th pick, the Jets select Jace McClellan, running back out of Alabama. I think this... I wonder if Mr. Justin Gonzalez is like a Patriots fan or something. I'm just curious. But we're going running back, 5'11", 212. I mean, look, if he's your guy, if he's at the top of the board, he's a good running back, has been for Alabama for a long time, go ahead and get him. I mean, we got Breece Hall, we got Israel Abanikanda, we got Xavier Valade. What the heck kind of a name is that? But, you know, he comes in, he's your number 2. You got a heck of a duo with Breece Hall. He comes up ahead of Israel Abanikanda, perhaps. I don't know. So we got a running back, a tight end, 2 wide receivers, a linebacker, an edge rusher, kicker, backup quarterback. Boom. How we feeling here? I feel like offensive line would have been cool. But aside from that, I mean, you know, you got weapons for Rodgers, and I'm sure he's going to be happy about that. But let me know. Again, this is for a $100 competition. So if this video does the best, Justin Gonzalez is going to get $100. So Jets fans, get in here, go crazy, comment, like. Don't put a thumbs down. Just put in the comments, I didn't like it or something. Don't penalize me. Just let me know in the comments. You know, give it a thumbs up and join the group. But I'm going to shut her down. We'll rev it back up. We'll do another team, and I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one. And, well, I'm not going to say anything good about the Jets. I mean, not go